Let's do some small scale memory keeping. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and it is springtime, which in this house means baseball. So I have a picture of these three sweet cousins that I want to document today from a recent baseball tournament, and I thought I would bring you all along. So I'm actually using the Play Ball collection from ColorPlay, Photo Play, and I've used this many times and I really enjoy it. So we're gonna have fun putting this together. I love that the theme kind of matches. That's not something I typically do, so I think it's gonna come together pretty easily. Let's have some fun. Okay, I am continuing to work in my Elizabeth Crafts Designs journal. As many of you have let me know, there is a new memory keeping line at Elizabeth Crafts Designs, and actually the week I'm recording this, I am headed to a stamp and scrapbook expo in Irving, Texas, and I'm very excited because I just looked to see that Elizabeth Crafts Designs is there, so I will definitely be checking out the new line, but I do have a lot of the goodies from the old line, so I definitely want to use what I have, and I'm excited to document this sweet picture of three cousins hanging out after a baseball tournament. This picture kind of marks the official beginning of their spring break. The spring break started on a Saturday, Sunday with a baseball tournament and a gymnastics meet. And so this is the end of the baseball tournament. And even though it didn't go as the boys would have hoped, it does kind of mark their freedom for spring break, their chance to chill out. And so it was fun to grab this picture of the three of them. I'll be honest, I've been struggling with some of my memory keeping pages recently, and I think it's because I haven't been doing it a lot. So I've been struggling with decision making in my memory keeping pages, and I really find this with planners and with journaling. It's like a muscle, and when you work the muscle, it's easier to use that muscle. And when you haven't, quote, worked out in a while, then it feels overwhelming. It's difficult to get started, and that's kind of where I am for memory keeping. And I want to do memory keeping. I love memory keeping. I just need to get back into the habit, find some sort of routine that allows me to memory keep on a regular basis, but without the pressure of doing memory planning. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I used to do memory planning, which is basically recording your photos in the pages of a planner. I used to use a big size vertical layout to do memory planning, and it was fun and I loved it, but it did feel like pressure filled. It's almost like when you did the year in a life or the week in a life and you had to document everything. It became too much pressure. So I stepped away from it, but I haven't quite found my groove with another memory keeping routine. I love this system. The smaller system feels like a traveler's notebook size. It has 6 rings. I like it a lot. I like the smaller scale. Feels more doable, feels more approachable. But I'm just struggling a little bit with the routine of memory keeping. I certainly have plenty of things to memory keep. I have, 3 busy kids and a business and lots of things going on. I just can't figure out how I can format my weeks, my months, and I'm wondering if you all have any suggestions for things that have worked for you in the past. Is there, a certain day of the month where you do all the memory keeping? Do you prefer to do it weekly? Do you print photos on one day and then document another day? What are some of the routines that you have built around memory keeping, and what would you suggest that I try? Knowing that things are busy, I don't want to have some crazy thing that I can't keep up with, but I do want to kind of encounter my memory keeping on a more regular basis than what I'm doing right now. Something I tend to forget about as I'm working with this photo play / color play collection is that these have a little bit of a gloss to them. And the papers from photo play that have a little bit of a gloss have a little bit more issue with adhesive. So it doesn't really take my regular Tombow adhesive very well. I have to be super careful using it. It's not my fave. I love the affordability of the PhotoPlay collections. I think they are fantastic. I also think they lend themselves very nicely to using them in your planner. Just want to throw that out there. I love using these scrapbooking collections in my planner, but I know I do struggle just to make sure that everything's going to adhere, and I don't love the gloss. So I'm kind of going back and forth. I like the themes. I like that for an inexpensive price, I can get baseball themed things, knowing I'm not going to have a ton of baseball use in my craft room, but it's fun to grab it every now and then. Off camera, before I started this page, I did use my metal dies. Metal dies are used to cut paper, cut all kinds of things actually, but my metal dies I use to cut out these letters that are going to say spring break. They're a little big. I don't actually have a lot of metal die letters, so that's something I'm going to be looking for possibly at the Scrapbook Expo to see if I can get kind of a smaller set. But I cut those out of some of the papers from the baseball collection, and I also used the metal dies to cut the size of these pages. I've had some people ask, how do I do that? Basically, it's just a big metal die. I have a Big Shot switch. It's like an electronic die cutting machine. Most of them are manual. You kind of crank it through. I invested in an electronic machine. I'm loving it. It's awesome. It makes it so much easier. So I use the metal dies to cut and format the different pages, and you'll actually see me in just a little bit cut a smaller page that's going to go between these two. So I use that to cut the letters, to cut the pages, and then I'm just putting everything on the page. I love a torn paper moment. I love a layered moment. So we're going to layer these pieces over here. And I also happen to love ephemera. It's my favorite. It's my favorite of any craft supply. Words, ephemera, I love them all. So I'm going to put as many as humanly possible onto this page. And that definitely bugs some people. They think I'm using too many of my supplies. They think my pages are crowded or overwhelming. And that is perfectly fine if that's how you feel. I happen to love a very maximalist style. That's how I organize my craft room. That's how I set up my house. It's kind of to each their own on the styles. And even if maximalist is not your style, that you like to do memory keeping or journaling or any of that, I think there's still things to be learned. Just like I can watch someone that does a more minimal setup and really appreciate how they make each and every element meaningful on their page. So there's wonderful things to learn from all different types. So even if this isn't your style, just, check out the process and see what you can pick up and possibly use in your own memory keeping. It was at this point that I was trying to figure out where and how I would add journaling, because I truthfully, just like we mentioned, have taken up a lot of the room with the ephemera. And the only place I had was that upper right-hand corner, except I didn't want to cover up the paper there. I just wanted a little moment there. Didn't want to go too overboard. So this is what I love about this memory keeping system. I'm just going to add another page. And I actually have a tab or a metal die that allows me to cut out like a half page that has a tab on it. And that's what I did. I'm going to cut out this half page. How cute is that? I'm going to add a little journaling note. This is actually a super old tip-in that I had from Bible journaling that I wanted to include. So we're going to have that on the page. And I'm trying to think, baseball mom, that should be perfect. So I'm going to include that there and then use that as my journaling spot. I do like to include just a bit of journaling, just a little bit. And I put it in my own handwriting because it feels just a little bit more handmade, a little bit more personal when my own handwriting is actually in the pages of the memory keeping. So we'll get that down. Again, another little layered moment there. Once that is on the page, then I will fill it in, and that's going to be it. It's a simple memory keeping process. Again, I'd love suggestions on building some sort of routine around memory keeping so that I can be a little bit more on top of things, I guess, with what I'm doing in my memory keeping, and so that I can feel a little more creative, because the more I do it, the more I'll get in the flow. It'll just feel better. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, especially if you like these memory keeping style videos, please let me know by hitting that like button and maybe even hitting the subscribe button. It helps me out so much when I'm planning for things in my channel for the future. I will, of course, link the supplies that I used down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. And last but not least, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. My patrons are the absolute best. We have a great time. There's a ton of extra perks that you can get over there, including exclusive videos, early access to YouTube content, chats and live streams and Zooms, and tons of fun. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can find out more at patreon.com/ScrappyWife. All right, I'm going to wrap up this journaling, put it all in the book, and that'll be it. I hope that you have an absolutely fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.